Today on Comic Fights, we'll find out who is the bigger badass, Ashley Williams from Ash vs. the Evil Dead or Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. Representing Ash will be Sal and representing Rick will be Ben. Each of the gentlemen will have a minute and a half to present their arguments and then 30 seconds for rebuttal, and then I'll make the call. But it doesn't have to end there. You guys can take the fight down to the comments down below. So this week, Ben selected odds and Sal selected evens. After a roll of my D20, Sal will be going first.
Hey!
It was a 2, by the way. I rolled a 2. It's
like that die.
It's 1 away from a botch.
Yeah.
I almost botched this whole comic fight. Your time begins now.
Okay, Ash Williams is the biggest badass between these two because Ash accepts his fate as a badass almost immediately. While he does run away, even when he's running away from trouble in the show Ash vs. the Evil Dead, he kills so many Deadites and so many problems that come his way. He has contingencies built into his camper, including a hidden cubby for his boomstick, which can be activated from like just a simple button push. That means that person is always prepared. He is always a badass. And then throughout the show, he is a badass. Every single episode, he kicks ass. He even fights a demon, for God's sake. He is the ultimate badass in the show, and he's the ultimate badass compared to Rick Grimes. Anything else? Oh, I got more time? Sweet, okay. He also has a team with him, much like Rick Grimes. However, his team, they suck, and he has to carry the entire weight of that team, and he completely kills like every single problem that comes his way. He also cuts their heads off, which is super badass.
You have 26 seconds?
Oh, man. What else could I say about how cool and badass Ash Williams is? I can't talk about the movies because we're just talking about the show, so I guess I'll just say that in the show, Ash... Yeah, I don't know. He fights demons and kicks ass. That's all I got.
Okay. Ben, you've got a minute and a half on the clock, and your time begins now.
Okay, so Rick Grimes is a man that he's had a situation thrust upon him. He ended up in this zombie apocalypse after waking up in the hospital, realized that he has to go find his family, rescue them, and live in a world that is basically fallen apart. The world that Ashley Williams is still living in is functional. He's got working gas stations, he's got electricity, he's got waitresses serving him food. Rick Grimes has to basically pick up his bootstraps and make the world work for him. Not only does he kill endless hordes of undead, he also has to kill plenty of people that are out there trying to do him and his group. And he has to contend with a world where nothing is working. Electricity doesn't work. You can barely find vehicles that are going around. You don't have ammunition. You have to constantly be fighting with nature and with everything to survive. Like, you have to find food, you have to find water, you have to do everything normally that you'd have to do in real life to survive, but now it's got a compounded problem ahead of that. With all of that against him, he's still able to destroy zombies, destroy the enemies that are facing him, take care of his family, and take care of the people that are reliant upon him who don't know how to govern themselves. With that, he is the most badass because he's taking the responsibility not only to take care of the problems that the undead face them, but he's also taking care of all the social problems that he has. He's got, Ashley Williams has 2 people in his team. Rick has...
I'm sorry, that's time.
Oh.
Sal, you have 30 seconds for rebuttal.
Okay.
Are you prepared?
Yes.
All right, your time begins now.
Okay, Rick Grimes lives in a world that has been destroyed by zombies, yes. But Ash lives in a world that is not unlike our own, and as such has a slew of problems that are associated with anybody who is fighting the undead. When you fight the undead, you just shoot into the fields with reckless abandon. Ash has to fight with precision. He has to have skill. He has to deal with the aftermath of killing possessed people. He has to deal with the cops. He has to deal with actual problems.
Okay, I'm sorry, that's time. All right. Ben, you have 30 seconds for your rebuttal. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, time begins now.
Ashley Williams can dismember a demon and it will still pretty much no longer be a threat. The undead have to be killed with a headshot. It's not just firing into a field willy-nilly. Plenty of people have done that and it does not work. You need precision, you need to be calm, you need to take control of the situation, and that is what allows Rick to basically take charge. That's why he's the badass. He can keep a cool, calm head. Ashley Williams does not. Ashley Williams has ran away from his problems plenty of times, and he freaks out so much that he needs the help of his 2 people to, like, slap him in the face and get him back on track.
Okay. All right. So we've heard the arguments, we've heard the rebuttal, and now we have to have a decision. And I gotta tell you, this is a rough one. This is a rough one for me, guys. I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
You both made great arguments. You both made great rebuttals. But I have to put everything that I know about these characters completely aside. Completely aside. And go only based on these arguments. And I have to say that today, based on the arguments, I have to give it to Rick Grimes. Simply based on the arguments alone.
Nicely done.
Because I'm going to put it out there right now. For me, I love Ashley Williams. Like, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm not... No. But based on the arguments today, I got to go with Rick Grimes. You know what? You don't have to take what we say. You can keep us going down there. Right down there in the comments down below. But keep it clean and above the belt. And we'll see you guys next time on Comic Fights.